And you're now with Otis Kirk, our recruiting insider, as always, talking football. Otis, you've been busy, man. I mean, a lot of commitments here recently for Arkansas football, talking about the class of 2021. Javion Hunt, four-star running back out of Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Well, he's a good player, Drew. He's the type player that can just take it to the house. He's got 4.41 speed. He's 204 pounds. Reminds me a little bit when I saw Felix Jones play a few times in high school over there. In fact, I was there against Van Buren when he got hurt. I'm pretty sure it was a Van Buren game, but I was there when Felix got hurt that night. Yeah, I mean, Javion just has a lot of speed. He had some offers, double digits, and he narrowed it down to 8 on April the 12th, and he chose Arkansas. He's been over here three times. He was here at this February 1st junior day. One thing I'm noticing here, there's a track of, you look at they had 2 junior days basically, Drew. Mm-hmm. You look at the success they're having off those 2 junior days. Think what would happen if they'd have got entire spring game stuff. I'm looking at the closing rate they're getting on the kids they really wanted from those 2 weekends, and they're doing really well. I mean, these kids that's committing were all at one of those 2 junior days. That's impressive. And Javion Hunt is somebody that they need a running back. They need more than one running back in this class. They need a couple. And I think he was right at the top of the wish list. I mean, I think he was as high as anybody on that list. They only signed one running back in the 2020 class, so the 2021 is getting off to a good start here with him. And that was a great pickup for Arkansas. Very good. He's fast, he's big, has great vision. What else could you want in a running back?
We talked about defensive back and just in general secondary, and that being an area where Arkansas has really got to boost things. They get a big pickup here, a commitment from Quan Parker out of Tulsa. How good is this kid as a cornerback?
Well, I like him. You might wish he was bigger, but he's 5'11", 173 pounds or so. But the thing I like about him, he's got very good speed. He is, he comes from the same school. The guys like Eric Bennett, Jared Collins played at that school. So, I mean, he's coming over from a school. Felix Jones was at that school. They've had success with Booker T players. He can run really well. There again, he's good friends with Hunt. One led to the other. One they were going to go to the same school, and he chose Arkansas. There again, this kid Parker had double-digit offers. Chose Arkansas over Nebraska, Michigan State, SMU, Baylor, Kansas finalists along with Arkansas. He had narrowed his list down to 6 earlier, but just somebody I thought Arkansas would get. He has once again he brings good speed to the position, good awareness, plays great competition. So you like what he brings, and that's two good ones in Oklahoma that they were able to pull in this weekend. They had other big schools after them, schools like Oregon and stuff after these kids, and Nebraska. They're giving Nebraska, they're beating Nebraska over in Oklahoma on some kids that Nebraska really, really wants.
Yeah, it's a big deal right there. And then you talk about somebody who is a pretty big name in terms of the headlines we've seen lately. I know you've been busy writing about him very recently, and that is Colin Oliver, 4-star linebacker. And he announced today when he's going to commit. So what's the timeline with Colin?
He will announce Friday. I got a feeling it's going to be Oklahoma State, but Arkansas is in that top group with him. But I really think he's probably going to go to Oklahoma State. But, till he announces anything can happen. I do know he's friends with Hunt and these other kids over there. But regardless of that, whoever gets that kid is getting a big-time player. He is a big linebacker, around 6'2", 220, 225, can run, and will really knock your head off. Here's what you wish with him. You wish Arkansas could have gotten him over here for a visit before he made the decision. He's one of those kids, I've talked about on this show, kids that were going to come and visit before they made a decision, and he was one of them. So you'd feel a lot better about Arkansas' chances if he could have gotten over here for a visit. He has visited those other schools. He visited some of them like Texas Tech, some of his other finalists in Oklahoma State. But hey, I mean, whatever. Somebody's going to get a very good linebacker there. I think it'll be Oklahoma State, but Arkansas certainly, has done all they can to get him. They were handicapped there in the fact that he didn't get to one of those 2 junior days.
Okay, we talk about relationships all the time, and how crucial they are to Sam Pittman and how great he is as a relationship builder. Cameron Ball, take me through the story there. He's a lineman.
Yeah, 6'5", 283 pounds down in Atlanta Tri-Cities High School. Good friends with, he knows Sam Pittman. He knows Jimmy Smith from their days at Georgia. Very impressed with them. He's going to play defensive tackle. There's been some stories that he might play offense, he might play defense. He plays both ways for Tri-City, but he's going to be a defensive tackle. I talked to him and did about a 7.5-minute interview today with him, Drew, and he likes Arkansas, and he was going to be one of these kids that announced next month. He was going to already have visited Arkansas, but he's wanting to wait till he takes some visits. You know, he's got a top 10. You know, it's got schools like Illinois, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Boston, Mississippi State, Florida State, Arkansas, Virginia Tech, Arizona State, Minnesota. I don't think I mentioned there, but those and you know those are his top 10. And he wants to see those schools, and he would have seen them by now. He told me this morning he would have seen all those. He's another one that was coming out. I think if he had already been to Arkansas, I think you would see him committing. I don't think he would have waited until June. I think he would commit to Arkansas. I think Arkansas is good shape there. Obviously, you know, it's going to depend on the visit. You know, he liked the virtual tours, you know, the visits they do, you know, the virtual visit tours and stuff. But it's not. He just wants to get a feel. You know, you want to be there. You're going to get that feel. And you know, that's the thing. You know, the kids come here. They have one common theme when they visit Arkansas. It's a lot better than I thought it'd be. Even though I've seen it on the internet, it's a lot better than it appeared to be. And that's what they're going to get. And that's why I think they're in great shape for Cameron Ball. That he has a good relationship with Coach Smith, a good relationship with Coach Pittman, and like I said, and he knows Arkansas needs an interior defensive lineman. He's in that game, and so we'll see what happens there. But I think Arkansas is in really good shape right there.
Okay, I know you just talked about Bo Cason in one of your stories that you wrote. Preferred walk-on situation, right?
Yeah, they offered him yesterday. He's, you know, they've gotten they've already gotten one wide receiver from Shiloh, and so I thought they were I thought they might have been the best receiver duo in the state of Arkansas on the same team last year. I mean, I wrote that a few times. I've talked about him, you know. Pruitt Tollett has already committed to Arkansas. Bo got an offer yesterday. I feel he's a bigger kid than Tollett. He's about 6'4", 195 pounds. He had about 51 catches, I think it was last year. Drew, he can go up and get that 50-50 ball. I saw him play, obviously, at Shiloh, but I also saw him play several games last year in the 7-on-7. And, you know, he's got preferred walk-ons to Coastal Carolina, Kansas State, and Oklahoma State. He's got offers to Army, Hendricks, and Mary Hardin at Baylor. So he's got some offers. He's got preferred walk-on offers. His dad attended Arkansas. Mr. Randall Cason attended Arkansas as a student there. And so I really think Bo will be at Arkansas. But, you know, he's just wanting to talk to the other schools, you know, let them know. But they've got 13 preferred walk-ons right now. I think he'll be the 14th one, and they're getting a good one there. I really like him because I think what I like about him, Tollett maybe provided more shiftiness, got the ball like 130 catches, and this kid had 51. So they had like nearly just short of 200 catches between the two of them. That's a lot of receptions, Drew. That's a lot of production from these two guys, and I think Arkansas will end up with both of them. And they're the type of kids that, hey, if they stay in the program and, you know, they can be a Tyson Morris or somebody like that walked on, earned a scholarship, and actually contributing and playing some meaningful football. Tyson's going to play a lot of meaningful football this year. He's played some in the past for Arkansas.
Great stuff, Otis, as always. Otis Kirk from Hogville.net. You can check out his recruiting reports each week here in the Picture Trail Nation, and he's writing several articles, and we'll keep you informed on the next commitment for the Arkansas Razorbacks. As always, Otis, thanks very much, man.
Thank you, Drew. Have a good one, man.
All right, you too.